SRDC to elevate R&D in Sarawak. SIDC worth 200 million ringgit to operate by 2024 and putting Sarawak first. Those are the headlines for tonight. You're now with me, Shelsha Metro, and this is TVS Nightline. The establishment of the Sarawak Research and Development Council (SRDC) is a platform to elevate the research and development ecosystem that will stimulate Sarawak's economic growth. Premier of Sarawak Dato' Patigi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tunaping said the SRDC initiatives will be the coordinator of research activities, facilitating and attracting collaboration between local and international research institutions.
As such, he said, the SRDC will strengthen the innovation and talent development statewide in line with the Sarawak's post-COVID-19 development strategy 2030.
The Sarawak Research and Development Council, or known as SRDC, was set up to enable coordination of research activities, facilitate and attract meaningful collaborations between local and international research institutions. It is imperative that we strengthen our research landscape by facilitating research and development programs both within Sarawak and globally through multidisciplinary research, collaboration among agencies, institutions, and, of course, the industries.
He said this in his speech during the launching ceremony of the SRDC Research and Development Symposium 2022. Abang Johari further added that Sarawak is in dire need to establish sustainable and competitive R&D as soon as possible.
I look forward to the outcome of this conference as chairman of SIDC. And I'm sure that your ideas will be used towards realizing our aspiration as set out in PCTS 2030 for Sarawak to move forward with intelligent people like you.
In addition, Abang Johari said the 13 million ringgit allocation channeled to research agencies and universities in Sarawak were in a bid to enhance a more innovative approach towards quality education. The allocation is one of the efforts by the state government to inculcate future talents which can be commercialized in a more competitive environment.
The Sarawak government, through the SRDC, facilitates and enables a vibrant and competitive research and development ecosystem in Sarawak through providing funds, coordinate and monitor such activities, and ultimately the realization of such ideas into viable products that benefit the Sarawak economy, create more jobs with high pay, and make ourselves more competitive.
Sarawak government is committed to improving the quality in the biomedical field by taking research facilities to world-class level. Hence, through the allocation worth 200 million ringgit for the facility will be equipped with facilities such as the Biosafety Level 3 BSL3 labs, expected to be in operation by December 2024.
This will be equipped with the latest devices and also machines, including analytic programs, for them to do research while at the same time to explore the possibility of using our biodiversity resource to produce medical products, at the same time vaccine and other solutions to diseases that are facing us today. We have learned a lesson on COVID-19. And that is why the Sarawak government, under my leadership, we have specialized allocation for research and development.
Commenting further, he said SIDC will also collaborate with the Swiss Tropical and Public Health Institute, Imperial College London, Oxford University and Monash University, Malaysia.
For that, the Sarawak government has agreed to commit 8 million ringgit for the SIDC to initiate the various research programs and human development program that will enable the SIDC to be operationalized by December 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, we are creating job opportunities for our Sarawakian scientists to return and contribute to the development of the biomedical industry in Sarawak.
Gabungan Party Sarawak or GPS has no qualms if Perikatan Nasional or PN wants to nominate its candidates for Sarawak parliamentary seats in the 15th general election. Its Secretary General Dato Sri Alexander Nandalinggi said every party has the right to nominate their candidates as the country practices democracy.
Itu memang hak mana-mana parti lah, kerana dalam sistem kita ini demokrasi kan. Dia nak letak mana-mana, beberapa tempat dia nak letak itu terpulang kepada mereka. Jadi dalam sistem demokrasi boleh kita kata dialu-alukan lah, kerana ini sistem demokrasi. Tak ada siapa boleh melarang mereka nak letak berapa ataupun di mana calon.
He said this when met by reporters after the handover ceremony of Peranti Siswa to B40 students at Mara Technology University in Kota Semerahan. Perikatan Nasional PN Chairman Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin announced on Tuesday that the coalition will be contesting in 4 parliamentary seats in Sarawak, namely Saratok, Lubuk Antu, Batang Lupar and Bintulu.
In another development, Nanta also said it is still too early to comment on the statement by People's Justice Party PKR Deputy President Rafizi Ramli on the openness of Pakatan Harapan or PH to collaborate with Gabungan Party Sarawak GPS in forming the federal government after the 15th general election, adding that any decisions in regards to the matter will only be made after the announcement of GE15 results.
Baguslah kalau dia berpandangan begitu, jadi terpulang kepada parti-parti dari Sarawak dan Sabah lah untuk mempertimbangkan, dan kita akan melihat keadaan selepas pilihan raya ini. Selepas dikira keputusan pilihan raya. Terlalu awal untuk kita buat kenyataan ataupun statement bagi perkara itu buat sekarang lah.
Nanta further commented that the GPS coalition is in no haste to make any decision. Earlier, Rafizi noted that Pakatan Harapan is open to collaborate with coalition from Sabah and Sarawak to form the government after GE15. As the partnership, according to him, will shape a stable government to avoid the incident of Malaysia experiencing 3 prime ministers in recent term.
The ruling Gabungan Party Sarawak GPS coalition has always embodied the principle of serving the people first while championing Sarawak's interests at the same time. This simultaneously will also emphasize on managing the state towards the new economy based on the strengths of Sarawak, an effort in pursuing rights as enshrined in the Malaysia Agreement 1963. Citing GPS Sarawak First slogan, Dato' Janam Bunsu, Secretary General of Party Parti Rakyat Sarawak (PRS) said to realise the slogan, it is of the utmost importance for Sarawakians to advocate for the state with the best interest of Sarawak in mind.
Sebenarnya slogan Sarawak First ini adalah satu slogan yang bila kita tubuhkan GPS, memang itulah yang kita laungkan, utamakan Sarawak. Kalau kita lihat maksud Sarawak, utamakan Sarawak itu, bermaksud dia dalam apa pun yang kita fikirkan, Sarawak nombor satu. The interest of Sarawak.
Yes.
The interest of Sarawak is the interest of the people of Sarawak and the interest of the land of Sarawak. Di mana bumi kenyalang yang kita cinta ini adalah kita harus sematkan apakah kepentingannya. Okay? Jadi bila kita di peringkat apapun, saya inginlah menyuarakan ini kepada semua rakyat Sarawak. Apapun yang kita buat, baik dari segi baik dari segi pembangunannya, baik dari segi politiknya, baik daripada sosioekonomiknya, kita harus perkara pertama yang kita fikirkan, apa kepentingannya untuk negeri Sarawak. Itu maksud dari Sarawak First.
As such, he reiterated that as a Sarawakian, be it at the federal level, they must ensure that the priority and interests of Sarawak must be of the utmost importance.
Saya ingin melaungkan untuk semua yang terlibat, baik penjawat awam terutamanya, yang penjawat-penjawat awam yang ada di peringkat persekutuan. Mungkin ada di antara kita yang memegang jawatan yang tinggi di peringkat persekutuan. Bila kita pergi ke sana, satu motifnya, apakah yang memberikan faedah ataupun what is the interest for Sarawak? Itu yang kita. Ataupun orang-orang yang ada di dalam NGOs. Maksudnya, bagi saya adalah seorang pengerusi Institut Engineers Malaysia, Sarawak. Jadi saya fikirkan bila saya ada mesyuarat mewakili Sarawak, satu hal yang saya katakan, kita Sarawak engineer ini, jurutera yang ada di Sarawak ini, tidak ada kurangnya daripada jurutera-jurutera yang lain di Malaysia ini. Jadi saya kata, sebab pada dasarnya, teori yang kita pelajari, engineering theory has not been changed for ever since the existence of engineering. Saya kata, kalau orang kata jurutera Sarawak ini dia tak ada kemampuan untuk melakukan projek-projek mega, saya ingat itu satu saya kata bukan fitnah lah, cuma satu anggapan saja. Jadi sebagai orang Sarawak, bila saya ada mesyuarat-mesyuarat yang sebegitu, saya kata kita orang Sarawak pun punya kemampuan yang sama. Jadi let's look at what is the interest for Sarawak. Because I said, siapa yang kenal muka bumi Sarawak ini? I'm talking as an engineer now. Siapa yang kenal muka bumi Sarawak ini kalau kita bukan orang Sarawak sendiri?
As such, the government has been working closely in prioritizing Sarawak development, economic growth, and the people's social well-being.
Meanwhile, Sarawak Petroleum Contractors Association Vice President Datuk Janang Bunsu hopes that with the agreements being made with Petronas will be translated into action and not just empty promises, so as to benefit the contractors in the oil and gas sector, especially small and mid-sized enterprises contractors.
We received this news with full of excitement, so that at least we have a fair share of the cake, because all the while the bigger contractor, the bigger boys benefited from it. I hope it will be translated into the smaller players, so that it's not going to be a lump sum into one or two companies. I hope it will be distributed into a smaller oil and gas player in Sarawak and the truly local players. What I meant is there are companies who just put their signboard here, they have their office, or they call themselves Sarawakian company, which is not. So in the process of implementation, Petronas, I hope, will go to the ground.
He said this when met after a TVS election program Malaysia decides on Wednesday. Meanwhile, he added that with the new threshold, the profits made are subjective depending on the nature of the contract.
profit is very subjective. It depends on what is the nature of the contract. If it's just supplying contracts, you know that the products or the material or the equipment they are supplying is governed by the producer or the supplier itself. Even this works, it also another subjective because that works it involves manpower. Whether that particular works is a specialist job or just a normal qualification that can be done. Because even it's a specialized job, it involves higher margin because it's higher risk. You see, so and also I said the threshold. Yes, it sounds good. It's 2 billion. It depends on what scope of work is given to us. Yeah.
On Tuesday, Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Amar Awang Tengah Ali Hassan, revealed that Petronas has agreed to increase the contract threshold for Sarawakian companies in the upstream and downstream sectors. He said the threshold value will be elevated from 10 million ringgit to 50 million ringgit for the upstream sector and from 5 million ringgit to 20 million ringgit for the downstream by 2030. Awang Tengah, who is also Sarawak's second Minister for Natural Resources and Urban Development, said previously Petronas had agreed that contract works in the oil and gas sector within the state waters should be given to Sarawak companies with a 2.1 billion ringgit annual baseline and a prospect of increasing the numbers gradually depending on the volume of work and local private sector's capabilities.
Coming up right after the break, GE15 nomination list heads up. Sabah and Sarawak political dynamics. Right here on TVS Nightline. Stay tuned.
Lebih menarik musim ini. Dengan pelbagai segmen travel, eat, relax. November ini semestinya dalam staycation with Fatah and Siti. Siti? Siapa Siti?
Thank you for staying with me. We're 3 days away from the official nomination day on Saturday, but election fever is already picking up, with some parties already announcing their list of candidates. Hence, Douglas Elliott in Kuala Lumpur with the story.
Right, thank you, studio. I'm currently at the heart of Kuala Lumpur city centre. I'm currently at Bukit Bintang, and with November 19 fast approaching, several parties have announced their list of candidates. Last night, Barisan Nasional and Perikatan Nasional have announced their finalised list of candidates contesting in the upcoming 15th general election. And today, early today, we have witnessed that Sabah Barisan Nasional as well as Gabungan Rakyat Sabah, GRS, also announced their list of candidates. Now, back home in Sarawak, of course, Gabungan Party Sarawak GPS is set to announce their finalized list of candidates tomorrow morning. Now, earlier in an interview with TVS, PBB Vice President Dato' Junaidi Abdul Rahman expects GPS to win an additional 8 to 9 parliamentary seats, and this echoes or mirrors what political pundits predict that GPS will secure at least 20 seats in the upcoming polls. Now, in the last general election, GPS won 19 seats, and this time around, Premier Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg expects and is confident that Sarawak, or GPS rather, will secure a clean sweep victory. As he said it, or as he put it, this is to make sure that Sarawak will have a singular and loud voice in Parliament. The GPS chairman is expected to make a formal announcement at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow morning at Parti Persatuan Bumiputra PBB headquarters, and as usual, we'll bring you all the latest updates and story right there and then. I think that is all the information I have from Kuala Lumpur. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Douglas. And that was the insightful updates from our reporter on the ground, Douglas Elliott, in Kuala Lumpur. Now, moving on. Gabungan Party Sarawak GPS undoubtedly has inspired Sabah's Chief Minister, Datuk Seri Panglima Haji Noor, in his decision to forge a cooperation between Gabungan Rakyat Sabah GRS with Barisan Nasional BN. Political analyst from University Malaysia Sabah UMS, Dr. Lee Kuok Tiung, said the cooperation between the two parties in Sabah could influence the change of political dynamic. As such, even the narrative of the 15th general election.
Kita boleh nampak kelebihan ataupun keunikan politik di Sabah kali ini apabila GRS di Sabah bekerjasama dengan BN Sabah. Ketika pergolakan di Semenanjung, UMNO dengan Bersatu di Semenanjung macam tidak boleh runding sudah. Atau istilah yang apa, talak tiga kah? Okay. Dan di Sabah pula pemimpin-pemimpin yang asalnya daripada satu, kita panggil apa, satu rumah kah? Okay. Satu platform yang sama. So, walaupun pada hari ini berada di platform politik, satu itu GRS, satu itu Barisan Nasional, mereka masih lagi memilih untuk bekerjasama atas kepentingan rakyat. So, mereka mengetepikan perbezaan ideologi politik tersebut tetapi meletakkan prioriti kepada keperluan rakyat tersebut. So, bagi saya itu salah satu dinamik politik Sabah.
With GPS in Sarawak and GRSBN in Sabah, Kuok Tiong is confident that the BN in Peninsula needs these two coalition more than ever to form a government.
Kita tahu bahawa di Sabah, Sarawak campur dengan Labuan, kita cuma ada 57 kerusi. Tetapi 57 kerusi masih lagi boleh jadi kingmaker. Okay, di Semenanjung kita ada 165 kerusi. So kalau ikut calculation Barisan Nasional di Semenanjung mereka target 75 hingga 80 kerusi, which bermaksud mereka mesti mengambil kira bekerjasama dengan GPS Sarawak dan GRS plus BN Sabah untuk membentuk kerajaan. So bagi saya mungkin itulah dinamiknya politik, bukan sahaja politik Sabah tetapi juga politik Malaysia.
Now on to the next highlight. 8 contenders will face off in the qualifying round of the third week of Getaran Jiwa, vying for a spot in the semi-finals. This week's lineup would feature a professional singer, vocal coaches and a social media content creator.
2 contestants from Selangor and Sabah respectively will perform with other 6 contestants from Sarawak on the Getaran Jiwa stage this Friday. Maxwell Shawal, a Sarawakian now living in Kuala Lumpur, is a music teacher who is determined to make his mother proud.
Yang paling besar harapan adalah untuk ibu saya sebenarnya, harapan ibu saya untuk melihat saya perform di atas stage yang besar seperti ini di program reality Getaran Jiwa, dan saya rasa saya akan merealisasikan impian beliau untuk melihat saya perform secara langsung dari Kuching.
Another contestant, Najiha Najib, who is a social media content creator, wants to prove that she has what it takes to qualify for the finals.
So harapan kami pada minggu tu kami nak cuba pola yang terbaik, kami nak membuktikan dengan SIDC di luar nun family kami, kawan-kawan yang kami boleh dan kami insyaAllah kami akan pergi ke final lah.
Having the same vision, Arul Ariel, a vocal coach for singer Bob Yusof, aims to qualify for the final. He was inspired by the Cinta Seorang Teman singer to join the competition by taking a twist, performing a song in a Latin tango beat.
Harapan saya nak masuk final. So mestilah kita nak menang kan untuk minggu ni. Tapi memandangkan saya sendiri pun tak lagi menonton persembahan kontestan lain, peserta lain saya tak tonton lagi. Jadi nervous tu sangat tinggi. Saya harap saya berjaya untuk melawan mereka untuk competition. Ya, kami berkawan tapi ini adalah satu competition. So saya nak mara ke next stage insya-Allah.
Santiana Ramli, an English teacher from Sabah who is proud of her Filipino-Malaysian descent, hopes to dominate the stage this Friday.
Sememangnya masing-masing akan membawa dia punya aura sendiri, kreativiti sendiri. Tapi Santiana Ramli akan menjadi Santiana Ramli, sebuah bintang menyerlah gitu. Harapan untuk minggu ni saya ingin memberi satu kejutan. Kejutan kepada semua yang ada di stadium nanti. Sebuah persembahan yang orang kata kalau boleh di luar kotak.
And now on to our world affairs. Former US President Barack Obama warned that more people will get hurt. The political climate in the US remains unchanged. Obama expressed concerns in his warnings due to the attack on Paul Pelosi, husband to the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi.
You got politicians who, instead of wanting to bring people together, do their best to stir up division and make us angry and afraid of one another, all for their own advantage. And we've been seeing recent examples of this. Look, a friend of mine, Mr. Paul Pelosi, was attacked viciously. Somebody broke into his home looking for his wife, Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House. And thankfully, I spoke to Paul a couple of days ago, and he's going to be okay. But even as investigators do their job, find out what exactly motivated this person, one thing's clear. This increasing habit of demonizing political opponents creates a dangerous climate.
He also expressed concerns that this would become something normal in a country where Trump's supporters attacked U.S. Capitol, attempting to overturn the 2020 election results.
And elected officials who do not explicitly reject or participate in over-the-top rhetoric, if that's what they're doing instead, if they just ignore or make light of that kind of violence, or if they encourage their supporters to stand outside voting places armed with guns and dressed in tactical gear, if that's the environment that we create, more people are going to get hurt. And we will be violating the basic spirit of who we are as a people.
Obama was in Las Vegas to lend his star power to candidates who are in extremely close races for U.S. Senate and governor ahead of the November 8 election. The two-term president who left office in 2017 remains the Democratic Party's most popular figure and has already made campaign stops in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Georgia. Don't forget to catch the next episode of TVS's new reality program, Getaran Jiwa, this Friday, beginning with the Debaran Jiwa capsule at 7:30 p.m., followed by Getaran Jiwa live concert at 8:45 p.m. The public is also invited to watch the concert at MBKS Stadium in Bintawa. For more information, follow Getaran Jiwa official Facebook page and Instagram. See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates both locally and internationally. Just head on to our official website at tvstv.my or follow us on our social media platforms. And also don't forget to catch our comprehensive discussion on GE15 with our daily coverage of Malaysia Decides at 2 p.m. That's all the time we have for TVS Nightline. I'm Cheryl Shamiato. Thank you for watching.